Hello. All right. So I'm live. Um, making sure it went public because yeah, it is because I've had it set to private in the past. I'm doing live readings for those who are joining. I'm going to pin in the chat. Okay, choose who. Okay, thanks. Got it. I'm writing down. So it's $15 for intuitive, 20 for medium. Please, like, not really in the super chat. It's like takes forever with you know, YouTube and all that. So anyway, prefer, let's see. So if I do that, I think I can pin it. Pin message. All right. So if anyone's in here, you can go ahead and let me know. Say hi in the chat. I would prefer not to do super chat because it's YouTube, and if you've ever dealt with YouTube, it takes a while. Hello, Marble. It takes a while for them to, like, it's very little that, monies. So I'd prefer it to be my PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App, which I've listed in the description below. We can also chat about all kinds of things. I'm kind of doing lives here and on TikTok, and then longer videos on my Patreon. Into your new podcast. Oh, really? Do you like it, Elizabeth? Awesome. Yes. So, hi everybody. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm also focusing on my podcast, The House Medium, and on that podcast, people send me in their experiences, anything you might have experienced, paranormal. And if you email them to me, I will have you on if you choose, and I will tell you what I see in person. I mean, you know, on my podcast. So yeah, I'm doing live readings today. People, how it's going to work is if you pay for the reading, I'll put you on a list and I will read you today. It's pretty simple. Intuitive readings are 15, 20 are for a medium. If you're not familiar with how I read, I can go over to, I love it. So fun. I listen to it every week. Oh, thank you. That's awesome. I'm really glad to hear that. A lot of work goes into everything. You don't know if any of it works. So we're here to like chat about paranormal stuff and also, you know, do some readings. On my Patreon, I do longer videos and meditations. So I do meditations and videos on how to read and how, different tips and things that are going to mostly be on my Patreon now. It's only $5. You get 35% off of all readings. Also, letting everyone know that for Mother's Day, I'm giving 30% off of all my readings with the code MDAY. And if you want a gift certificate for somebody, code GIFT. I have all of this on my Instagram, of course, and on my website, AdelaLavine.com. I'm only running that for a short time, and I'm doing classes. This weekend, I'll be teaching remote viewing. Anybody know what remote viewing is? Want to talk about remote viewing? It's my favorite. And it's the easiest to teach. And my remote viewing class runs for 4 weeks. You only meet once a week via virtual. You can come live or you can come later. I mean, you can come live or you can watch later. Please don't. Anybody? Okay. Hey, Maribel, I got you. I sent a catch up for medium. Aren't you just on it? All right. We're going to get to you. I got you medium. Thank you so much. I prefer this over super chat. I did super chat for a while and it's kind of a pain, unless you're a big YouTuber, which I am clearly not. It really doesn't serve you well. Just so you know, anybody who's like, looking to do YouTube. Um, Maribel, I'm gonna get my wand. Hold my wand for your reading. So yeah, so you can see how I read, and as people see, if you can like share this with anybody you think might be interested. The hardest part about what I do is it's something people have to see. And when I started this 20 years ago, there weren't people reading online very much. Well, definitely not 20 years ago, but there weren't people really as public as you might think reading in general. And it was still kind of looked at as like a cool new thing. And now, thankfully, the generations are getting with it and saying, hey, aliens might exist, spirits might exist, there might be a world within a world. So people are more interested in this sort of thing. And because of that, there's so many people doing it. Oh, hi. Hello, Rainfall. Because so many people are doing this now, it kind of is like you got to just show people. I got you, Edmund. Okay, I'm going to start the reading so I don't get behind. And I'm going to be on here. I'm taking the day. I'm trying something out. You guys can tell me, especially the well versed, people of the internets. Um, I feel like live streaming is where it's at. I've always liked live streaming better than posting. And what I like about my Patreon is that it's more intimate and people can like look that by the way, I did not break a nail. These are my real nails. Hi. Hi from Portland. Tea for darkness. Ooh. Are you drinking tea? I did not these are all my real nails. This nail, I don't want to freak you guys out. Just be prepared. Warning, warning, warning. Came off. And I burned it to death. All my nails during the pandemic, trying to do them myself. Burned them all. They're just now took 2 years for them to start healing. So if you don't know what you're doing with gel, don't do what I did. Okay, you got coffee? Okay, good job. I have a little adulty. hmm And then I have, of course, water. No coffee right now. All right, let's do the first reading. For the medium readings, which is what I know you guys are most interested in, I would think. I mean, I just noticed not too many people do them the way I do. The way I do medium readings is you're going to tell me specifically who you'd like to speak to, and I am going to speak to that person. That is the difference between me and a lot of readers. So you're going to say my grandmother on my mother's side, my best friend, my friend when I was 5, whoever, and I will speak. How am I able to do that? Because kind of look at it like I'm a very high tech person and I'm able to go on the internet and find people in a way, let's say, people didn't knew how to do. So in other words, energy is how I see people. Remote viewing is how I see them. They already know I'm logging on to that person and calling them up. So you are going to tell me, and we're going to watch Maribel, my ex-husband, as is there. You go. Thank you. I think you're kind of experiencing this. And I can barely see your picture, but it's so cute. You have a little red rose in your hair. Okay. Maribel, also, when you guys say who you want me to speak to, remember to say your pronouns. If you really, I want to respect everybody and their energy and who they are as persons in the world, as people. So feel free if you would like. You don't have to. Not everyone has to. But if you're saying, "Hey, this is what I really prefer you to refer me as," I am happy to know. Okay. All right. So we have Maribel, your ex-husband, and I'm going to start the reading with telling you how he passed and different details and confirmations about him that he can confirm for me. You know what I mean? Okay. So here we go. Or you can confirm, I should say. And remember, feel free to talk with me. Like you can say, yes, this makes sense. No, doesn't make sense. And everyone else, you'll get the hang of it when you watch me read. Maribel. And if I'm not saying Marbell, if I'm not saying your name right, spell it out and I will please tell me because I don't want to look stupid up here. All right. Just making sure my computer is plugged in. Sorry. Hold on. Okay, it is. Okay, the first thing I hear him saying is that he's so sorry. Yes, you're saying my name fine. Thank you. He's saying he's so sorry. He's talking about his passing. He knew it was going to happen. However, everything kind of kept flying at him, meaning like he felt like he couldn't control things. Things started to get out of hand, get out of control. He's definitely crying, and there's a feeling of like a relief almost. Like he says he feels relief because he had struggled for some time. This does not seem like something that just happened overnight. It's like something he was wrestling with inside and he lost the battle. Yes, he was in a bad place and had been right and had been for many years. Yes. He wants the message to be loud and clear for everyone to know that if you are battling any kind of mental health issues or having problems, reach out and tell someone, even if he says, even if you don't want to do anything about it, because it just alerts people. People tend to overlook people who are kind of like him, or he's saying that he felt like he was a strong person. He could handle a lot in life, but he just and didn't like asking for help, didn't like bothering anyone. Does anybody relate to that? I totally hear why he's trying to tell everybody. I understand that. And he says that he just kind of almost felt like he was trying to climb a ladder and he just could never get up the ladder. He wants you to know on the other side, and this is for everyone to hear. And by the way, I'm going to start doing this more because really why I do these readings is because people on the other side want everyone to know things. And they all have a different, and sometimes they're similar, but I feel it strong today. And he wants everyone to know and you to know that he was greeted with love and compassion and not punishment and not ridicule. I feel like he's kind of making it seem like he took his life, and maybe even if it was accidental. Um, it's like him to give advice for others. He always wanted to help others. Yes. Because he keeps saying, I lost the battle, but I won the war. And he goes, I'll tell you this, the reason why he won the war, he said, because he was right about the fact that people should not be judged for the places they are in their life, financially, mentally, even spiritually. Like people should understand everyone is struggling in some way or the other. It's very touching. He battled with mental health and drug addiction. Yeah, I can see that. He's very clear, and he's very clear, and he's very touching because it's been rough for everyone. It makes me tear up because it's been rough for everyone, and everyone's going through it, and everyone's feeling the ramifications of what's going on in the world. And even the strongest of the strongest can feel like their back is, up against a wall. One of my favorite songs about this is called Unbroken. Okay, so hold on, I'm getting something. I'm going to see if I can do this on YouTube without them shutting me down for you. I'll tell you in a minute what I'm going to do. Anyway, he also says something about the month of, hold on. He says to remember him next month, the month of June, to remember him, the month of June, to remember him at that time. I guess there's something significant. He says thanks for the memories, like he's singing the song. He definitely gives you signs through songs. Um, and he definitely shows his brother Father's Day. Mhm. Yeah, I don't think it's Father's Day though. Um, hold on. He's showing me like a game. Like I'm looking at like football, I think. I'm not a big sports person and definitely don't know a lot about football, but he's showing me like I think it almost looks like football. Like he's showing me a game. Um Something about like he'll be there at this game or something like this. I don't know what that means. But yeah, so he's saying that the month of June, he will be a part of everything in June. He also says that you were extremely helpful to him. It could be Father's Day, but there is something specific because he kind of he I flashed forward to seeing blue and white. I don't know what that meant, but I see numbers and a jersey. I don't know what this means. I don't know. Um, yeah, he's saying I'll be there in June. Maybe it has to be tied to that. Hold on a second. He's also talking about a little girl. Little girl will always be safe with me, around me. I don't know if that makes sense either. Okay, so he's saying that he wanted to thank you for what you did, that you were supportive of him even at his darkest times. And he knows he did not make it easy. And he understands why things went the way they were. And he hopes you understand he tried and he just lost. So I hope that makes sense. Now, what I'm going to try and do is what I call spiritual shuffle. What I mean by that is spirits. I ask them to specifically give you a song.
Connected you. I found you.
Thank you. That's my. I know he tried. That's why I always stay in touch with him to the end. That's really, really amazing. Amazing. It's not too many people with exes can do that. And do you know anything about a little girl? All right. So we're going to see how you do shuffle on here is I want people to see I'm hitting shuffle. I'm just going. So the name of this song is called The Amazing. And I can't play it too long. By Circles. You can see the first few words. Can't play too long because YouTube is going to knock me off. And I want to see the lyrics. Can you hear it? I want to see something. I want to see you. You can look up the lyrics while. I don't know why it doesn't show me the lyrics. It used to. But you guys can do this. You pick a song. He's estranged daughter before he passed. Oh. He met his estranged daughter before he's passed. Okay. Wow. Okay, so this song is called The Circles by The Amazing. Yes, I can hear it. What's the name of the song? Circles, The Amazing. Now let's listen to the chorus and see what it's saying. Because you can. I'm sorry, I can't get the lyrics. Usually it lists the lyrics. I know if you can be alright. I never thought you'd be this way. I never thought you'd be this way. Every moment I'm sorry for. Every moment I'm sorry for. I never thought I'd be the one. I never thought I'd be the one. To keep this fairy love off the ground. I can't understand the words, the rest of it. I don't know, but let's look at the lyrics and let's see. So I can't play it too long, unfortunately, because I'm going to look up the lyrics for you. Let's look up the amazing. Thank you, Tea of Darkness. Um, circles. Okay, let's see. Let's look up. Let's look up the lyrics, okay? So the lyrics is it's the morning you love the most, the circles around the room. I know I'll never be there to see you. I'm just getting chills. It's nighttime I love the most. You hide inside the mine. I know you'll never find the way to through. Watch Beverly Hills Cop 2. You're cold and lonely. I know that you miss me to make love to you. Okay. Okay. Repeating itself each night, so lost and lonely. I know if we can be all right. So it's definitely kind of a dark kind of meaning like someone going through something, emotions, going through it type of song for sure. Yeah, it does make sense. I wish I could play the whole song, but the problem is if I do, YouTube will just knock me off, unfortunately. The chorus, I never thought I'd be this way every moment. I'm sorry for I never thought I'd be the one to keep this falling love off the cross. Wow. Tears. Tears. Yeah. I just got chills. Thank you so much. I don't know. I could feel his heart. His heart. Like you got everyone. You made me cry too. Listen, use music. Always look for the signs in the things that like you kind of thank you, tea darkness. And I like the coffee cup. So I'm doing readings, intuitive readings for $15 and $20 for Medium. I'm asking people to use PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo because, Super Chat takes a while to pay you off and they take a chunk. So out of this little bits that I do, I'm not a big YouTuber. So I did this for Marbell for people who are coming. I did a medium reading for her. I'm going to do Edmund next. And Edmund, you can go ahead and put who you want to speak to. You welcome. Wanted to remind everybody that Sarah, okay, got you, Sarah. Sarah's got a medium reading as well. I saw you pop up. Wifey, okay. so, um, So I wanted to kind of let people know that, the thing about signs from the other side is that they will give you signs that are like, a lot of times we don't see it. And sometimes when you get a sign, everyone, don't always share it with people because people will ruin it. Sometimes it's just for you. Does that make sense? It's almost like a private text, meaning the nuances of that text that someone's sending you with emojis and why they're sending it to you because you have this personal relationship with them. Um, and they know. But when you try to share with someone like, oh, I was just thinking about this today, and then I saw this thing, and the person's like, I don't know, that could just be for anyone. People will overextend. So if you like this, please, share with people. I'm really trying to push doing lives here and on TikTok and keeping my Patreon for longer videos and meditations. And I do speed readings every month. And my Patreon's like $5 for all of the things you can open up there. Um, and my podcast, The House Medium. On here, I'm trying to do readings for you all and kind of teach you a little bit of something um, about the other side because there's a lot of misconceptions. So let's get to Edmund. We're going to read Edmund, and I want to show you, you can do the same thing. That's why I wanted to show you that I'm hitting it. Shuffle on Spotify now is you just hit the next song and it shuffles it instead of hitting a shuffle button. Um, so I'm just hitting the shuffle to see what song the spirit world will do this for you. All right, let's do Edmund. Edmund's just saying wifey. That's it? Okay. Okay. All right. Let's go. Let me see, Edmund, for you. After Edmund, I have Sarah. So the person I see coming in, admin, are the and I don't see people coming in. I shouldn't even say that. The person I'm connecting to, because I'm just dialing up the person who died. The person I'm connecting to immediately is commenting on the last reading. Like she's like, that was so beautiful. I understand that pain. It's really hard to leave people. I don't know. She just has a kind heart about it. Everyone else, her passing was painful, it was difficult. She felt like she's saying that she felt scared and she wasn't sure, she was more scared of what was gonna happen on the other side, meaning she didn't know, if she would see anybody or be able to see you or see everybody else here. It seems like that was more her fear, but I feel like when I'm her, the hard part is that I feel like I'm dying. Like, I feel like I know I'm dying, you know? What was the worst thing I've ever seen? Yeah, I'm so sorry, Edmund. Um, yeah, I feel like she's kind of realizing, like, what was coming. She did know, yeah. And she's, like, sitting here kind of finding herself facing death's door, and that was extremely hard, but she wants you to know that the actual death was beautiful and peaceful, and, she says peaceful doesn't give it justice, that she's saying that she just felt loved, and she felt completely like, what this part I'm not afraid of. It she wished she knew that she'd be given so much love and support in that realm. She's saying that it took longer than they told her and longer than she thought. She's so sorry that everyone had to see her wither in that kind of way. Um, yeah, just it's really difficult. Okay, hold on one second. It's really beautiful. Oh, she's showing me her in this long, I want to say almost like flowy, kind of colorful dress. And she's saying that, she says to remember the flowers because there's her dress is actually painted with flowers. She's saying something about her mom. Is her mom passed? Why is she saying I met mom here? I don't know if this is her mom. Okay. So she's saying that yes, okay. Yes, her mom passed. Okay. She's saying she met mom here and she said she knew right away where she was. She says that she wants to move past this part. She has two moms. Okay. I relate. I have two moms on the other side as well. Okay, you want to know what's interesting is she wants to talk to you, admin, and she says admin. The other side, and I feel like you guys were best friends. Tell her to sing. Well, let's see what song she picks for you when we get there. I feel like you 2 were best friends, like fully best friends, because I feel like you understood each other. Okay, she's saying she's happy to let you know that this world she's in is more like a sci-fi movie. I know. I can feel I miss her so much, Edmund says. I know. I can see you guys truly connected. She says that she wants you to know that the other side is more like a sci-fi movie. It's more like Star Wars. It's more like um, Doctor Who. She says it's not like what they have taught in churches at all. And she thinks you'll enjoy this and this is something you guys shared together. She says, I really just went into this other dimension. I just literally was able to step through a portal into another world. I'm so happy to tell you this. So she's excited to tell you. And then, so I don't know if that relates to you, if that's something you're in. And she says September. She is singing September. September, the month of September. Is there something about September? She says she's so excited. She's put stars around September. She's saying that she's so excited for you and she'll be there. I don't know what that means. I hope that makes sense to you. Um, Yeah, so that seems to be something she's going on about. She's saying that the pain that she suffered in her passing, not sure about September. Okay, so let me get you a little bit more information. So if we go at the end of August to the beginning of September around this time, she's saying that you are about to elevate and things are about to change, or something is happening. Almost like when someone graduates, you know, is promoted or something into something new. So, mhm. Okay. And then she say, so I don't, she's kind of insistent, and the flowers, and she's talking about I am like something's about to move into a new direction. End of August, moving into September. She's saying that you've been building something for so long, that you've been working on something and you haven't launched it. I don't know what this means. Maybe is this your personal something you need to do? Um, and then she's talking about, hold on. She keeps showing me her walking outside by the beach. Was she cremated? Because she's talking about speak to me at the water. Um, Come outside and talk to me. Okay, if I walk into your house and I walk through the front door, I'm going to remote view. This is what remote viewing is. If I go, yes, cremated. Okay, because she's talking about the water and her being, I don't know if you did anything with the water, but she says this may help heal. But if I walk in through the front door into your house and I go, hold on, I want to see where she's showing me. Hold on. She's kind of all over the place. If I go through the front door and I go to the left, yeah, no, she loved the ocean. Yeah. Okay. If I walk through the front door and I go to the left, she's saying there's this big window, or there's a window on the left side. So it's almost like if I walk through the front door, there's this like living area. And she says birds, she sends flying things in front of this window. And it looks like there's things that might have to do with her over here. So if I walk through the front door and I go to my left, she's drawing me to here. I don't know what that is, but I feel like the sun shines through, or there's something energy to do with her. Let's see what song she plays for you. And we have to do these songs fast because YouTube is brutal when it comes to music online. And we'll see what admin else has to say. So let's see. Ready? Oh, wait. No, sorry. I have to like do the next song. I hit play.
Just a young gun with the
Imagine Dragons Thunder door while my desk is there. I see birds all the time.
Wanna leave my old life behind. Not a yes sir, not a follower.
It's a great song.
Have a seat in the foyer.
Do you know this song?
I was lightning before the thunder.
Did she send me a sign when I was on the phone with our daughter? Well, what was the sign? Because usually this is true.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Never heard it before. You never heard Imagine Dragons?
Lightning and the thunder. Thunder.
So I'll tell you the lyrics.
Thunder.
Hold on.
Kids were laughing in my
So
classes,
it's like
while
kids
I
were
was
laughing in my
singing.
classes. Who do you think you are? Dreaming about being a big star. They say you're basic. They say you're easy. You're always riding a backseat. Now I'm smiling from the stage
Say you're easy,
while you're clapping in the nosebleeds. So
now I'm smiling
it's about living
on the
up
stage
your
while
potential,
you
this
were
song. I know the
in the
song.
nosebleeds.
It's about, shining, being a star, feel the thunder. You know what I mean? It's an animal, not a normal animal. So that's what this song is about. So it's about like shining your star, like, you know, not shrinking yourself, being who you are. You said that you saw an animal. Was an animal not a normal animal? Oh, okay. Well, if you see anything like that, I can tell you. Like if you ask me, oh, did they send you a sign? I'm going to say, if that was at her, of course I can just say yes. But I can tell you that if you saw something like that, that's very typical. But if you listen to the song is about all of their songs about shining yourself, about rising, being a star, letting your star shine, letting who you are shine. So I feel like she's talking about her. I'm sorry, but I think she's talking about her. Is it too late for a reading? No, but I'm doing them on donations. So on my Venmo or my PayPal or Cash App, I prefer not super chat. $15 for intuitive medium for 20. I have it pinned, but I think this is about her because she looks like a star. Like she was dressed in this like beautiful flowery dress and everything. And she looks not unusual to see a 500-pound black bear marching down the road. Yes, she is a star. Not usual at all. Ooh, I got chills. And this is the thing. Let's try one more time. I'm just going to try. Let's see what happens. Oh, this feels more like it. Sometimes they don't like it when I do this in front of you guys. I don't know why. You can just see this is a lovely day.
When I wake up in the morning, love,
This is her energy.
and the sunlight hurts my eyes.
Sunlight hurts my eyes. This is probably right. Because the other time I messed up, so because I didn't know I had to think. I feel like this is more for you.
Then I look at you. And the world's all right with me.
You know this song?
Just one look
Lovely
at
Day by Bill Withers.
You. And I know it's gonna
be
a lovely day.
I think this is definitely more for you. Right, everybody? This feels for him, right? All right. All right, we're going with Sarah. No, don't listen to the music, John. Oh, well, you should listen to this song. It's a beautiful song. It's about all these songs are very positive. So I feel like she's trying to give you this positive, but this is a beautiful song. Come on.
Always seems to know the way. Then I look at you.
You see it?
And the world.
So how do you not love this song? How do you not love this song? Okay, Gwen. I'm going to put you on the list. Thank you so much. It's just like her, right? I feel like that was her. That's how I saw her. I saw her with this beautiful like gown on, like beautiful dress, you know what I mean? Like she just was like twirly and yeah, she's just really beautiful. Okay, Sarah, you would like to talk to my grandma on my dad's side. Okay. Just going to go over a little bit of something, letting everybody know here that I'm doing intuitive and medium readings like a little flary. Yes. But in the other side, she kind of looks more like a princess fairy. You know what I mean? Like she just had this very flowy princess fairy-ish. Okay. All right. So thank you, Edmund, so much. Look up those songs. I'm telling you, it's not your genre. I had a feeling. Are you a little bit more hard rock vibe? I don't know. Maybe not. But and I got you Mira for an intuitive. Okay. So Sarah, hi Mira, I got you. I got you here. And then who's this? N Rot. N? Okay. N Rot. I don't know what name that is, but I'll put you down. Okay. I'm putting you down. Nikki. I know Nikki. Okay. All right, everybody. So I'm doing these readings on here. To just going to do a couple announcements. I'm doing a class this week that is going to be just want to make sure I got everybody. Okay. We'll be doing a class on remote viewing, kind of like what you see me doing here, how I'm reading people. I do the same thing for, you'll see intuitive. So excited for the class. Yes, I know, Nikki, we need some other people to join the class to join us. But yes, so I'm doing a class remote viewing. I've done it before. You guys said you wanted it. It's up. It's a 4-week course. It's to show you. It's the easiest thing I teach. You'll see, Nikki. It's the easiest out of all the things I teach. People pick up on this the quickest. More than the psychic stuff, more than the mediumship stuff. I swear. This is looking. Oh, and Nikki, remind me to send you a message. I have to send you a message. Remind me before you jump off. Okay, anyway, so that will be this weekend, and I'm doing 30% off of all my readings for Mother's Day. So you don't have to be a mom to use it. And I don't normally do this, but I'm doing 30% off gift certificates if you want it. But make sure people want it, because trust me, people don't like getting readings if they didn't ask for it. They're like, what kind of weirdness is this? Make sure they want it. All right, Sarah, who did you say already, Sarah? Yes, you did. I would like to talk to my grandma on my dad's side. All right, Sarah. I think I can get away with song shuffle, spirit song shuffle, as long as we do it under like a few seconds. Then YouTube won't take me down. This is what I'm realizing. So we will do song shuffle as long as I can. Okay. So after look up Lovely Day, by the way, and Thunder by Imagine Dragon. Go ahead. Where did he go? Edmund. Okay. All right, Sarah. Here we go. Let's start. Oh, wow. That's interesting. People catch on the quickest with remote viewing. Yeah, it's the easiest to teach because it's hard to explain. It's not so psychic-y as it is learning to use this part of us that some people think DMT, like the hallucinogenic, you know, uh, plant medicine, which is not really plant medicine. I don't do it. Um, kind of opens up. Basically, it's like when people say the third eye, it's there's really a gland here in this area. And I think it's the same thing. Like it's similar to like how whales talk to each other and animals talk to each other. It's like this remote viewing type of way of seeing. And it just is the easiest. I find people catch this on way quicker. Not that they don't the other things too, but this is quick. I used to just do one-offs, but I'm doing 4 weeks, so this will be fun. Okay, let's go. Sarah. Grandmother, their dad's side. So the first thing I hear is someone saying, "Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so happy that she's doing this. I've been waiting for a long time. She knew she was going to pass. She was prepared for it." She's saying that she didn't struggle with the idea of leaving this world. She feels bad that everyone has struggled since she's left, meaning like everyone's had a bit of a hard time since she's left this world. Um, she says that she wants to share something with you and everybody here. And please pass on. And by the way, please share this with people that you think are interested. Like, share. It helps. You guys are new. Okay. You know how the internet works. And you know what to do. But she wants everyone to hear that all of the things that we tend to worry about and all of all of the all of the, all of the things that we tend to worry about. I'll answer that, Nicole, in a minute. All of the things that we tend to worry about, she's saying that it really isn't part of what makes up life. She said that when she was alive, I really feel have neglected trying to talk to her and I feel bad. She doesn't feel bad at all. She's only been trying to help you. Remember this, everyone. The dead do not need us. People, our family, they don't need us. We need them. We're the one that's in a very limited time and space, meaning like you just want to go somewhere, you just want to make something happen, and everything's so hard, right? Because we have limitation of the physical world of time and space. And in this world, there is no limit of time and space. So they're like, listen, I have it much easier. I want to help you. And so she's saying to you, remember the things that we fret about, the things that we worry about, the things that we pour and sweat about, our worries isn't at all really what life's about. What she's found since she died is that it's all the interconnections and how she connects with people, how she connected with people, and that's more what you go over. She's saying that her passing, she was ready for, she was open. She didn't seem afraid. A matter of fact, she was more than ready. She's saying she was just veering to go. Um, she felt like she was kind of sitting between the worlds for a while, like she was kind of stuck maybe in between the worlds, like not being able to fully, almost like she was like holding on physically and then she had to finally let go. Um, she's talking about your grandfather and she says, your grandfather, he's doing his thing, I'm doing mine. Were they not together? She says that we shared time together for a long time, but I'm going through my own path. She says to you to march to the beat of your own drum and don't worry about what other people have to say. She says you worry too much about other people and what they are thinking and feeling. And she says, really, honestly, this is for everyone to know nobody cares. And then she's saying something about the month of, it definitely was a slow downhill. Yeah. She's saying the month of January, and she says she's so excited for the month of January to come. She says she's for you, reminding everybody there's no time in that realm. They just help give us a reference because we have the time and we have the calendars and we have all the, limit of time and space here. Anyway, she's saying that she's very excited to report that she's been able to march her own path. And January, oh, January. So I don't know if that makes sense. She's talking about January and that everything is going to lift much quicker, almost like the end of January going into February is what she's talking about. Yeah. Okay. She also says that, she did her best in life, that she kind of felt like she was doing things on duty, that she had to take care of things, that she had to like take care of everyone. She didn't get a chance to really express herself, but she's very funny. She has a very good sense of humor and she's showing me like journals, like she really wanted to write and she really loved stories, she really loved books, she loved those types of things, but she didn't have the time and she couldn't get to it. So I don't know if any of this makes sense to you. She has one last important comment, and this has to do about your dad. And what she's saying about your dad is she's saying he did the best he could. He didn't really know what he was doing, talking about her own path. I think my grandpa might have been a little controlling. Just old male head of the house style. Yes. That's what she was about to say. Your dad kind of followed what he was raised with, and he didn't really know how to be that kind of father that you needed. And that's all she wants to say about it. She doesn't really want to get into all the nooks and crannies here on the internet, but she is saying, all of it makes sense. She is saying, like, follow your own path. This is for all the ladies. She's saying, when you marry, if you are going to marry a man, she's saying, make sure that you keep your own voice. And she didn't have a chance to because that was the time. She's not angry about it, but she's doing her own thing. I don't know if your grandfather's there, but if she's there, they're friends, but they're doing their own thing. Same with dad. Definitely feel that. Okay. Let's see what song she has for you. Right? Let's see. I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see what grandma has for you. Oh my gosh, it's Journey. Worlds Apart. Yes, this is my time. This is Journey Worlds Apart, Sarah. Here we stand, worlds apart, hearts broken into two. I think this is about where she's at, but she's also commenting on that her and your grandfather are worlds apart. May I ask if she's sending a particular signs? Yeah, I'll ask her.
Worlds apart, hearts broken into two.
I'm going to sing it for your grandmother. All right. She loves nature because she's showing it all the nature. She loves the sun and the stars and rainbows and animals, birds, butterflies. She says she just feels like filled to send nature. Sleepless nights, losing ground and reaching for you, feels that it's gone. Could you change it? Anyway, you know this is Journey. If you don't, you should know. Here we go. Wow, she doing this? She knew music like this. They do in that realm. Love will find you. Break those chains that bind you. They know there, you guys, it's kind of like the internet for them, right? It's kind of like they have access to everything in that realm. If he ever hurts you, true love won't desert you. So she chose Journey, my favorite. So double message, right? She's saying, she's talking about when you find love, break those chains that bind you, be free. Kind of like what she was talking about in her and your grandmother in different worlds. All right, guys, what does everybody think about that? I want to keep playing Journey, but I can't because YouTube will shut me down. All right, here we go. Yes, one more thing real quick before we move on to I love you lip singing Journey making. I can do that all day. Can someone just, be okay? Can I just have a channel lip singing to Journey? That was awesome. All right, Gwen, you're up. Go ahead and post who you want to talk to. If you need to I call you by a certain pronoun. All right. So in between, you guys can ask questions about the spirit world. Go ahead, Sarah. What do you want to ask? Journey is like my favorite thing. I have been set to see them twice, and twice I had to cancel. One was because of COVID. We were going right before COVID hit. It was around this time, if everyone remembers. And the second time, was because I was in the hospital. I would like to know what she thinks of my boyfriend now. She didn't know the whole story when she was alive, but she thought he was a scumbag. I'm curious if her opinion changed. Did you hear the song, Sarah? She already answered your question. I think she feels the same. Listen to the lyrics. See, that world knows what you're going to ask before you ask because they can hear your thoughts and feel you. And to the question that someone asked about hitting in your forehead, what do you think happens if someone hits their head? Nothing. I think you have a headache and you'll have problems. Has nothing to do with opening the third eye. I'm not saying, I know I've seen things where, no. I think what happens is you get hurt. That's not how you open your sight. It's by exercising a muscle. You have to keep practicing exercising a muscle. But if I'm just going to say to Sarah, did you hear the song? I mean, spoke for itself. Okay, Gwen is up. I'm taking donation stuff. So donations are through Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal. $15 for an intuitive and 20 for a medium. And if you once you do that, I'll put you on the list. So I have Gwen. Steph needs carbs. I hear you, Steph. Where are you, Gwen? And Sarah, did you get the drift? Anybody have any other questions about anything spiritual we can talk to? We're worlds apart. I don't think you listened to the lyrics. Go listen to the lyrics. Don't break those chains that bind you. Did you hear it? I could say that it's pretty clear she's not digging it. All right, Steph, I got you down. Hold on, let me put Steph down real quick. Oh, so Miss Hello Kitty, you're Gwen. Is that what I'm getting here? I have Steph down for an intuitive. Right? So Gwen is Miss Hello Kitty. I like to connect with my father. Okay, sure. Okay, we're going to do Gwen. And then after Gwen is Myra. And after Myra is Nikki. Just writing it down so I keep track of everybody. So I'm on it. I'm on it. Okay. All right. Just to remind everybody, I'm doing intuitive readings for $15 and medium readings for $20. If you can go to my Cash App or PayPal or Venmo. Rather than Super Chat, I'd love that because, YouTube Super Chat takes a while and takes a chunk out of this little tiny bits. And I'm doing classes and I am doing 30% off of all my readings with that is on my website for a limited time for Mother's Day and gift certificates. Okay, those are all the announcements. Let's move on to Gwen. The reading was great. Thank you. You're welcome, Sarah. Your father for Gwen. So the first thing I see, Gwen, the reason why I'm laughing is because he's a little bit like, this is interesting. Like this might have not been his exact cup of tea, may have not been the type of thing he was into when he was alive, meaning like this just may have not been his thing. He's saying though, he's very grateful that you're taking the time to do this because he was wrong. His passing, he's very grounded. He's very like solid. It's the best way I could describe it. I just feel very grounded and very like present of this world. He said he knew he was going to pass, but things started to, it's almost like he didn't really like, how someone can feel like they're Superman, like nothing could ever happen to me. I can beat this. I'll be fine. Nobody can bring me down, that kind of vibe. And that's what he's giving me because he's saying he did not expect for this to really take him out. He felt kind of defeated when he started to lose the battle. I really feel like, and he keeps showing me him in a white shirt and a black tie. I don't know why. That reminds me of like church for some reason. Was he a church person? I don't know. If it just reminds me of church. But anyway, he's saying that he felt like he kept things. He kept believing that he'd be okay. That was him. He fought until the end. Okay. That was him. He fought until the end. Gwen says, okay. He said he kept believing he'd be okay. He kept believing that he'd pull through and everything he kept losing. It just kept going downhill so fast. And he's so sorry that he didn't win the battle, but he wants you to know that when he passed, it was just like sliding down a slide, and then you get the end of the slide and you stand up and you're here. It wasn't anything what he expected it to be. It was much better. He's saying something about your mom waving. Were they together? Because he's waving at her, saying, tell her thank you. Thank you for all that she tried to do, even it was difficult. Feels like kind of young to have passed. Okay, hold on. If we go through your door, because he's just like he jumps all over the place. He's with my mother. Oh, he's saying hi because he was able to say hi to her in person. Is that what you're saying? 'Cause your mother passed? He's saying that she tried what did she pass before him? Because he's thanking her. Maybe she helped him on the other side, but he is definitely happy to see her, or definitely happy to talk about her, I should say. He's saying something about okay, hold on. He jumped, he was going somewhere before I cut him off. Hold on. Oh yeah, if we walked into your house, we're going straight through the door and we're going straight to the back. Yes, she did. Okay. We're going straight to the back, and there's like a room on the right has all this stuff. And I keep seeing like awards. I don't know what these are. Like they remind me of like, when you're a kid and you get a bunch of awards. At least I didn't, but some people get a bunch of awards. Like you do a spelling bee or you do this. I don't know. He's showing me it kind of looks like a room where you just throw a bunch of old stuff. Like I'm not trying to invade in your space, but it looks a little bit like the junk room or something. I don't know. It's just really crowded. Has a bunch of stuff in there. He's saying that to reward yourself. I don't know. He's saying just don't forget that you have much more going on. You keep forgetting that you've been having a really hard time and you're forgetting what you're made of. You're forgetting what you accomplish, forgetting who you are. He's definitely giving you a pep talk. I feel like then your mom was definitely the person under the stairs. Okay. He's saying that, yeah, your mom was definitely the person that was even trying to help him while was he sick? Because he's saying that this like definitely was a battle. Yeah, he did say that, or you did confirm that. Um, Hold on one second. He's saying two things. He's singing like like Hawaii, like like he's talking about Hawaii for some reason and saying aloha, that's what he's saying. Aloha. He had dementia and he's singing that song and he's saying to remember him when the sun comes out and the wind is breezy. What is he saying? He's saying to remember him. Something about going outside in the breeze. I don't know what this is. He keeps just talking about the beach and stuff. I don't know. Hawaii, sorry. And then hold on, one last thing he kept saying to me was having to do with hold on. He's saying two things at once. So I'm just going to say them both. He's talking about October and he's also talking about last month, April. Something about was significant about October and April. I don't know if you can confirm all these things. And what about you? Did that make any sense what he's saying about you? Because he was definitely focused on you and saying the things that you need to remember about yourself. Okay, so you guys can chat too while I'm getting the songs. Like people can ask questions if they want or comment questions about spiritual stuff, spirituality, I should say, and things like this. Let's see what song comes up. All right, here we go. What is this, 80s? Take on Me. I don't know if this seems right. Let's see. Are you an 80s girl? We're talking away. I don't know what I'm to say. I'll say it anyway. Today's another day. Find you. Shying away. I'll be coming for your love, okay? Take on me. I'll be gone in a day or two, so needless to say, I'm odds and ends, but I'm stumbling away. I think they're picking, he loved being outside in his front porch. April, he passed, and my mom passed October. What? That is true about me. Ooh, I got chills. like if you've seen the video to this, guys, it's all about pulling into another world. You know what I mean? I'll be gone, pulling you into another world. See? I don't know, man. This was a good one, your dad. It's very positive, and it's about meeting him between the worlds, talking to him. I'm going to tell you, talk to him in your dreams. He's been trying to come in your dreams a lot. Anybody have any questions about spirituality before I go to the next person? Yes. Yep, he's transcend. Everybody transcends, by the way. Everybody easily goes to the other side. Absolutely. As soon as you die, you go to the other side. But he's trying to get you to connect with him. All right. I have to stop it before I get... Okay, Myra is an intuitive reading. Myra, what would you like to know? And after Myra is Nikki, and after Nikki is Steph. So anybody, he has dreamed of him last night. You had a dream of him last night? What? Yeah, see, that's what I was feeling like. That was about that vision of pulling you through is like pulling you through the realms and the dreams. Wow. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Don't forget to share this with people today. Like this. I'm doing intuitive readings for donation for $15 on my Venmo and my Cash App and PayPal and such. Also, I'm doing classes this weekend and giving 30% off of all my readings with the code MDAY and the code GIFT for gift certificates. If anyone has any questions about these types of things, spirituality, but we're going to go with Myra, and let's read Myra. Myra, thank you, Adela. I like a guy. I wonder, does he like me? If he is shy or non-interested, should I ask him out? Okay, you haven't asked me about this guy before. Just want to make sure. You welcome, Miss Hello Kitty Gwen. You welcome. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you guys have been enjoying this. This is my first time. Okay. Thanks for popping on. Okay. So let's see. Let's go. Let's see about this guy. So I'm going to remote view, which is what I'm teaching this weekend. If you're a 4-week course, how to do. And remote viewing is being able to see a person in real time, meaning I can see him. I can hear feel what he's thinking, see what he's thinking, see the world, see you through his eyes. And that's what remote view or past conversations. So I'm going to remote view for Myra, this guy. Okay, hold on. So this is what I see, Myra. I feel like the problem is that he has no idea you like him. Okay, not a clue. He looks like he's running around busy, and even if you told him you like him, I feel like the way you think you told him isn't true. Okay, so Myra says true. Because even the way you told him is like is not very clear. So he doesn't have a clear awareness that you like him. So this is a problem. If you want to kind of make it more clear to him, you're going to have to absolutely make it more clear to him. Meaning, like, yes, you would have to ask him out. I feel like it's not that he's not interested; he just isn't aware, and he's kind of like he's like one of those people who lives in his head and, kind of like, how some people are just like really like literal and live in their head and they're very logical and they don't catch the nuances of things. So if you're kind of like a little flirty and you're trying to give him like a hint, he doesn't get those things. He's real smart. He doesn't have what I like is there's no hidden like weird agenda or weirdness going on. He's kind of one of those people, what you see is what you get. There is no like there's no like oh, I'm really saying this to you, but I really mean this. I just don't see him like that. He's like, what you say, what you see is what you get with him. Um, I feel like this feels really good, but the problem is like, unless you kind of make it clear, he doesn't know. How do you feel about that? And I feel like when I see him, part of it is because he's very preoccupied with the work he's doing and getting work done. He seems passive. He's absolutely passive. He also is very unaware about these things. Some people are just not good at picking up when someone likes them, not because he's insecure. He just doesn't catch on to those things like that. He kind of like, like I kind of see him like he's like facts and numbers and kind of nerdy a little bit and doesn't quite catch on when someone likes him. So it's absolutely nothing you're doing. It's what you're not doing is the problem. You have to be clear with him for him to know. And he'd be like, oh, aha. Okay, so I have to be direct. Yeah, you have to go like, hey, you know what? I think you're cool. I really dig spending time. I think it would be fun to hang out with you. Would you want to go out sometime? He's that type of person. If you're kind of like, ooh, I was just trying to be like fun and cutesy with him, he doesn't catch that at all. So I feel like I don't know what you do for if you know what he does for work, but I feel like his work tends to consume a lot of his brain space and his energy. So he isn't good at catching on social things. So yeah, he's a carpenter. Okay. Well, yeah, well, maybe that's why I see him like calculating and looking at numbers because he's that person like analyzing like how to make something. Um, he's socially awkward but cute. Yeah, I feel like, and he has way more going on than he realizes. Meaning like, um, he has potential to really boom in the world. So yeah. Anybody have any questions about spirituality before we move on to Nikki? Nikki. You welcome, Myra. Thanks for joining for the first time. I appreciate it. And after Nikki will be Steph. Um, so I'm doing intuitive and medium readings. As you can see, intuitive readings are 15, medium are 20. I prefer it to be on PayPal or Cash App rather than Super Chat because Super Chat's a little wonky. Question about spirituality. Is there music in the other world? 100,000%. Absolutely. Music is their favorite form of communicating because it's vibrational. So music comes across a little differently. You almost can see colors, like you could see the colors of the vibration. You know what I find really interesting? You know how like now they're having like those wands you could put on your face to like do skincare and it's like color, it's like a certain, color like red and blue. They have different ones. And they have infrared, saunas. A long time ago, I had broke my foot and I had gotten a message about this is how these realms heal, including aliens, and that it is to do with color and light. And the different colors have different energy properties to do different type of healings, and that we don't understand that, but we're starting to. And music kind of appears like colors as well. So you basically, how we can feel the vibration of the music, they can see it and it forms like that's why whenever I see like an EDM concert or something like this and I see lights flashing and the music pumping, I'm like, that is way I see home, what I call home, the other side. That's how it looks, like a advanced city with colors and lights and music. And so yeah. For sure. Okay. All right, Nikki, who did you want to speak to? Doing a medium reading for Nikki. Reminding people in between that I have 30% off of all my readings with the code day for this is for Mother's Day, so it's going to last for a short period of time. And gift for if you want to give a gift certificate, you go to AdelaLavine.com. And classes, and I have my Patreon and my podcast, The House Medium. Who's listening? Who's listening? Who's drinking coffee with me in the Medium Brew Cafe? All right, Nikki, you're up. My grandma on my dad's side, we called her Nana. Nana. Not Nana, but Nana. Okay. All right, Nana. We're having a lot of grandparents and parents. I like it. We all could use some advice. We could all use some help from them, right? All right, Nana. Your grandma on your dad's side. All right, here we go. So after Nana, I just have one. I have Steph, and if you want a reading, you could still jump in on the list. I have Steph after Nana. After Nana. That's correct. After I talk to Nana. So the first thing I hear her saying is, "Oh, don't worry about me." She's saying that her death, she said, "I was very prepared. I knew what was coming." She says she kind of wanted to try to live forever, but she couldn't. Meaning like she wasn't like sad or wanting to leave this world. Like she wasn't miserable. She wasn't hoping this would happen. This is just kind of how she knew her time was coming to a close here. And she's very graceful about it. That's the best word I could describe. Graceful, extremely graceful. She says that she was always like sharp as a whip, and she tried to keep her mind sharp as a whip as long as she could. And then when she wasn't sharp anymore, she didn't really want to be here. Like she just really didn't feel like withering away. Um, Hold on. She's excited to kind of talk to you because she wants you to. I feel like, have we talked to her before, Nikki? I feel like because what she's trying to say is that things always seem to get hard. She wants everyone to know this right when things are about to change. Wow, thanks, Nana. I need to hear that too. I don't know about everybody else. But she says, right when things are about to change in your life, you should know this. No, but I've been thinking about talking to her for years, and I feel like I connect with her at times. Okay. She says, things will always get hard, and you'll feel like pressure, and you'll feel like something is pushing you to just not go through the change. Meaning, like she's saying, like when you're about to make changes, you're about to make strides, you're about to move forward, you may just want to not do it. It's hard. She goes, and it gets harder as you get older. She's saying, this is her advice to everybody, okay? And to you, Nikki. She says, just kind of imagine like when you're a baby, you go through so many changes so quickly, and it's very easy because you're unaware and it just starts happening. But when you have to make conscious change, it's hard. And she said for her, change was hard, that she had a hard time letting go and letting new things in, and she wished she didn't. So she wants to let you know to be different, to not have such a hard time, to let those changes happen, to not be afraid. Then she's talking about um hold on. What is she showing me? Oh, she doesn't want to show me a time period. She is taking me. Sorry, I'm trying to see. You know what? It reminds me of like Greece or something. I've never been to Greece, but she's showing me like these, almost like it reminds me of like Greece, I think. Because we're definitely in another country. That's the best way I could describe it. I can't tell because I've never been there, but it's kind of in that vicinity. And she's saying that she wanted to travel and wanted to go to places like this, but she was afraid. Something like she wished she had gone and done things like this, but she's not regretful because she says in this world you can just the same. It's just you're not in a physical body. That's it. So her talking today has to do with you, Nikki. and maybe helping everyone else here. Excuse me. I just went down the wrong pipe. Excuse me. Yeah. Does that make any sense to you about her passing and everything? You didn't say, you've taken my classes, about confirmation. So help a girl out here. This makes a lot of sense. Okay. I'm just curious to what song Nana would give me. Here we go. Iron and Wine. I've been wondering about her death because she fell. Oh. Would she not, because she's saying once her mind was there, she didn't really want to be here anymore.
Come from the land of the sun. From a war that must be won.
I just come from a land of the sun, from the war that must be won in the name of truth.
With our soldiers so brave, your freedom we will save. With our
I don't know what this is. Why is this about? And what's the place that looks like Greece? I want to see my family, my wife and child are waiting for me. This is kind of about someone going to war. Well, she was always really sharp, like she said, but I was young when she died, so I don't remember how her mind was. Oh, okay.
You just can't believe the joy I did.
So the joy I did receive when I finally got my leave, when I was going home. She's Croatian and her husband was Italian. Okay.
I flew
the skies and my convictions could not lie. I could see her wanting to travel though. From my country. Okay. Wait, no. I think, and she's encouraging you to, yeah. I definitely feel like what she was trying to show me. I almost said Italy, but I didn't trust it because I was like, is this Italy? But this song kind of seems like somebody who went to war and like someone who had to go to war. Was there somebody in the service in your family? Because this is interesting. Okay. After Nikki, we have Steph, and then I don't have anybody after Steph. So if anybody wants to join, you can. And my entire family. Your entire family was in the service? What? Okay, well, there you go. That's hilarious. That is interesting. Okay. All right. Hi, Adela. It's Nana from South Carolina. It's been a while. Sorry, I don't remember people's names very well. I apologize, but I just read and talk to so many people. It's really hard. And also her husband and songs. Also in her husband and song and sons. Okay. I think she's just giving us a little clue about her. Okay. So, Steph, what's your question? But thanks for coming by, Sandra. What's your question, Steph? Yeah, I see a lot. Like I read someone yesterday who's like, you read me last week. I remember people's energy and your essence, and I'll even remember what I said in readings, but I do not remember names very well. I just too many people. You welcome, Nikki. And Nikki, don't remember, message me, email me, and I'll tell you what I was gonna tell you. Okay. So just email me and say, Adela, what you want to tell me, about the class. So I'm teaching a class this weekend on remote viewing. You can find that on AdelaLavine.com. I have, again, 30% off of all my readings that I'm giving, and 30% off of gift certificates. And you can get all that information on my Instagram. I post everything on there. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, anyone listening to the House Medium, if you don't know, I have a new podcast called The House Medium. How um how I don't really get into that online, just saying, you know. Um that's like private for me. Don't get too yeah, not on a live. Um Other questions are okay, but not personal stuff so much. Anyway, so yeah, let's get to the Steph. Where'd Steph go? Did she leave? Did Steph leave? Did she like give up? Yeah. So I want to know if my boyfriend loves me. Um or is he just saying that? Is he being faithful? Okay, let me take a look. Let me take a look at your boyfriend. I'm here. I have a love question for you. Okay, I got it. Let's go. I'm looking at him. I'm remote viewing. Speaking of remote viewing, this is remote viewing in real time. Ooh, sorry I made that face. You saw that face, huh, Steph? I kind of feel like I can see that you are sketched out because I could see that he tends to like do a lot of things that he can't explain, meaning like I see him kind of like being secretive and hiding things, and then when you find out, he's trying to like give you some explanation that you're not believing is what I see happening. And so yeah, I do feel like he isn't I don't see him being totally honest. That's the best way I could describe it. I feel like what I see is that he's like texting or messaging people. Are you catching him on this? Because I feel like he's like sketchy. The best way I could describe it is like when you know for sure you know what you're seeing and what you're kind of getting a feeling about, and the person's trying to like steer you away, like no, 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 blah blah blah, giving you like the one way too complicated of an explanation, almost like trying to make you feel a little bit crazy. um I feel like when I see him, I feel like I see him juggling a couple of things. Now I'm not saying it doesn't mean he doesn't love you, um but I feel like he's not being honest. Yeah, I found some messages, but not totally cheating. Right. But I feel like like he would have more than one phone or more than one account. Like he's like that type of person. He would know how to like hide it all. So I don't feel like he's being really honest with you. And when I see him, I feel like he kind of feels like he's a type of person that's like, if we're not married, it doesn't count. You know what I mean? He's a type person like, if we're not engaged, it doesn't count. Like, you know, if we're just dating or you're my girlfriend, then it doesn't count. He's just one of those people who feels like he's not doing too bad because, you know what I mean? Like, oh, well, we're not we're not married. That's the kind of person he is. So yeah, I feel like the only way you would have to know is that you would have to check like, yeah, I'm sorry, Steph. I hate telling people things like this. Obviously, I want you to confirm it and make sure that you see what you can find. But I feel like he's one of those people who may have more than one device and more than one account and kind of hides things and things like that. So yeah, I don't feel like he's being on the up and up. Um, the messages were they just kind of like flirty because I don't know. I saw something. I feel like he tends to be out in the hunt a lot more than he's making it seem. You got some investigating to do, flirty. Yeah, I think there's more than that going on. Like for instance, he's the type of person who would erase the racy stuff and you wouldn't know, and leave the flirty stuff, and then kind of almost make it sound like, well, I'm not totally lying to her, you know. It's like, in case you ever find anything, he's like, "Oh, that's just the girl I was flirting with. No big deal." Be careful. Be careful. You hear me? Okay? Because I feel like he's kind of gaslighting a little bit. Sure, do got some investigating to do. Yeah, and you know what? Honestly, you do a lot of the work in this relationship. You're the one putting a lot of the energy and putting a lot of care. So I also will just look at that, because this isn't something you have to deal with. It's just something you are dealing with because you don't give up easily on people. I understand, but it's not serving you well. Yes, 100% true. I know. I know. But see, sometimes you have to look at someone for who they are. So this is what I want to tell everybody, and this is for you too, Steph. When you are an intuitive person and you're a sensitive person, you'll see the person can be. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, but they can be this person, they could be that person. And if they are trying to grow into that person, like they're doing the work and you're like, they're really trying, they're stumbling, but they're doing it, they're getting there little by little, they are taking responsibility for their life. Okay. But when they're promising you that they'll be this person and they need your help to be this person, that blah, 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 you know what I'm saying? And all that kind of stuff, then you got to look and see who they are today. You know the saying, people tell you who they are? You know that saying, people tell you who they are and you got to believe them? That's what we're saying here. So I'm just saying to you that this is the kind of, this is, you got to know that, Steph. What you're doing is you're seeing the person he could be, but you have to see who he is. I can see you guys have fun. He's a lot of fun. He's like a fun in a lot of different ways for you. And I can see him. I can see that he's got like an appeal, but he kind of sends you running around in circles and drives you crazy because he's not really grounded and isn't really giving you what you need. So pay attention. When someone says who they are, listen. Don't just say, unless they're really putting the effort in. All right. I hope that helped you, Steph. Report back to us. Um, how I like this day. This is like, what did today? Wednesday at 1. Kind of a good time to come live. I'm going to be doing lives more often. Just to announce to everybody, I'm giving 30% off of all my readings. So helpful. Thanks, Adela. You welcome. For Mother's Day with the code 30% off with the code MDAY for Mother's Day, and the same for gift, sorry, gift certificates with the code gift. I have my Patreon. On my Patreon, anyone who joins my Patreon, it's $5. You get access to all the videos, meditations. I do speed readings for everybody on my Patreon every month, and you get 35% off of all my readings anytime you want. You get a code and you can use it anytime. And if I do lives, I think I might do something like this where I'm going to, because I kind of really want to do lives. I like interacting with people. I know other people in the world don't love interacting with the public, but I love interacting with you guys. I love the public. Thank you, Nikki. The Patreon's great, y'all. Thank you. I do meditations. I post, and I'm going to be posting one this Friday. I post every 2 weeks. I do 2 videos, so they're really 4 videos a month. So I do one meditation and one like instruction things to do, like maybe it's one like how to do a candle, magic candle, how to cleanse, tips on things on how to talk to the spirit world. I do longer videos. I'm doing that more on my YouTube, and I mean on my Patreon, and on YouTube I think I'm going to do lives, and on TikTok I'm going to do post videos and do lives, but those videos are like 60 seconds, 15 seconds. And I post on my Instagram, and then I have my podcast, The House Medium. Anybody listening, If you have an experience, you email me your experience, a paranormal experience. You're like, this weird thing happened to me. I think it was alien. I think it was a spirit. I think it was a ghost. I will have you on my podcast. You won't have to be on the whole podcast because people get nervous. I just record you and me, and I will tell you what I see. But I will have it for everyone to hear. And then sometimes I have special guests. Sometimes they're actors or people. I live in LA. You know how it is. There's a writer strike. It's not like actors got a lot going on. I love the pod, but I get spooked when I'm home alone. What? Oh, because I'm reading the emails, right? Right, because I'm reading emails. I can still do some more readings if anybody is interested right now. You can jump on, but we're gonna just chat for a minute for any questions people might have. Yeah, because I read the emails and I'm like, and then all of a sudden, the email. Hey, Dela, good to see you here on here on YouTube. Hey, Jen. Hi. How are you? Hi, Jen Apalooza. What does the spirit world think about the attack of the trans community, and are they helping at all? 100,000%. I am so glad you brought it up. You ready? Here we go. First of all, the spirit world are the people who taught me about that their gender wasn't important when I'm doing readings, meaning that they taught me to look at energy, and they taught me that we all have a feminine and a masculine energy, and sometimes we're leaning on one or the other throughout the day. Even like the day, you may have one energy that's very dominant and the other energy that's not, but pretty much in the spirit world. And everyone listen, and you can share this because I wanted to do a video on it, but it's a very touchy subject, and I don't want to overstep in other um, people's community and speak for them, but I can speak for people in the spirit world. And they are the ones that taught me that when I do readings and do love readings, I used to say, before we were bringing forth pronouns, I used to say to people, which type of person are you attracted to, feminine or masculine energy? And people were like, what? Especially if they felt like I was saying something about them. I never would out anybody in a reading ever, even if I see it. If someone isn't acknowledging it, I never do that to anyone. And we're like, well, of course it's masculine. Or if there's, a woman, they would say, I date men. If, they would get very touchy. So I'm only asking because that's how I see energy. And that realm has been a part of changing us to get to this point. I know it doesn't seem like it, but what I always hear is how happy they are that we are here in a place where people understand that there is, let's put it this way, in the other realm, there is no physical body. You can be anything you want. Your grandmother can appear to you as a man dressed in a beautiful suit and a long beard. Your grandfather can appear to you as a woman. What do they think about the new technology and AI? Good questions. I'm going to get to that one too, Jen. So they are absolutely for this. A conversation with someone that is trans and is also spiritual field could be a cool video. Okay, so do a video with someone who's trans and is spiritual, like have them in my video, you're saying, Nikki? I should do that? Okay. Is that what you're saying, to be clear? I'd have to find somebody who'd be willing to be publicly talking about this. Sometimes people are afraid, yeah, because you talked about not wanting to speak for them. Yes, I would like to speak with somebody, you know, who, if you know anybody, please let me send them my way. Because here's the thing, sometimes people don't want to be outed either spiritually or, like, I mean, like publicly, you know what I mean? Not that I'm hugely public if they're trans. So I want to make sure that person is comfortable with both. But yeah, I would love to do that. I feel like the reason why is because I feel like everybody has okay. the other important thing about the attack. So the reason why this is what I hear from that realm about the attack. The attack is because we are moving in this direction. Everybody, period. We are moving into a new world and a new way of thinking. And that realm is like we're going to move that direction, whether everyone likes it or not. And the other realm, there is none of these limitations. I'm telling you, you being who you are, whatever you are choosing to be in this world, is the goal of spirituality. And that realm wants to get us there where we're just letting people be free. And long as you're not hurting someone or someone isn't hurting you, for sure. But I'm thinking another reader or something. I'll see if I know anyone. Yeah, and I have to vet the person too and make sure I'm comfortable with them. Um, I feel like I'd rather talk to someone who's trans and into spirituality than another reader, to be honest, because I do have a lot of strong messages from that realm. And that is one of them. And they are helping. And kind of like the reading, whose person who died said, was it your grandmother that I did a medium reading today with, that said change before there's change, there's difficulty? Because I feel like she's answering your question. And that's true. We're going through a change and we're going into a new world. And whenever that is, there's going to be resistance. I would say about 15 years ago, I heard we are going to go through a transformation and a change in our world. And those who are ready for it are going to get it. And those who don't are going to have a hard time and fight it tooth and nail. And that's where we are. Yes, and I'm non-binary and getting ready to tell my family. Well, maybe do you want to do the video with me, Nikki? I mean, you're non-binary. You could speak for people in your community and help bring this message out. Let me know. We can talk about that this weekend in the remote viewing class, maybe. Okay. I mean, I was already hinting. Okay, because I know Nikki a little bit in person. Okay, so about AI, same with the AI. AI technology, by the way, is very similar to the other realm. I'm shy. We'll talk about it later. I know you're shy. I can do the talking and you could do the chiming in. Don't worry. Um, I'm happy to do it. I would love to do it, but I'm definitely not one of those people who want to step on anybody's toes and kind of come off like, listen, I know, that type of thing. I'm very respectful of all walks of life. Okay. AI is definitely something that realm is excited about. That realm is like an advanced technology. AI is going to help us get to a place where we can understand remote viewing, psychic abilities, mediumship, speaking to the dead, because it is getting rid of the busy work. I know people are afraid of it, but I don't think it's just like you guys. Anytime there has been advance in progression in technology, the world has been afraid. I am older than all of you probably, and I'm a Gen X here, and I can tell you they were terrified of microwaves. They were terrified of VHSs. Everyone was terrified of these things because they're like, oh, that's going to change everything. That's going to move everything. ATMs, when they came out, people were terrified of all of this. All of this is because it would, quote, take away a job. And then but what it also does is it takes away the mundane stuff we're doing and gives you room to like think and expand. Like we need a brain space to figure out and find a way to solve bigger problems like hunger and people who should not be hungry and things like this. That makes sense because I asked AI to draw my grandmother who passed and yellow roses popped up and her name was Rose. Favorite color was yellow. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I feel like we're moving into, believe it, it's going to get crazy, everyone. Buckle in. It's gonna get a little nutty. Freaked me out, but it was cool. Yeah, because she can affect the AI. They can talk to each other. The way I was doing the spirit shuffle, you weren't here, Jen, but I was having the spirits pick a song after I read people today, I would say, okay, pick a song to talk to that person. As I'm doing that spirit shuffle, yes, they can use, right? So it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Do you see what I mean? It's the same thing. It's already tough. I don't want it to get more rough. I'm saying, like, it's not gonna get, like, rough. I'm saying buckle up, it's going to get interesting. It's going to get very interesting. It's going to get exciting. Do you see what I mean? Like, it's definitely going to get exciting. So we are moving into a really exciting time. I'm telling you, like, I don't be afraid because this technology is going to help us connect. I always see the other realm like like an advanced technical world. Like this is just an advanced world. It's exciting. I agree. Yeah. And that we are going to be able to open up things that we weren't understanding before. As technology grows, this is how I'm able to explain how the other world works. So in AI, if we have like, think about it. How many of you have been using it? Let's see. Say yes in the chat if you have or no. I have used it to even describe, like to write certain things for me. And I'm like, oh my God, that saved me so much time. Now I have more time to do something like this instead of like writing something all up, right? I was thinking, do you think I could use it? Because I'm going to start for real. By the way, I made an agreement, speaking of the spirit world. I'm just saying, can I say this? Yes. Going to start writing this book, the book that people want me to write, which is how I started this, how I came to be, all of the things. And they're living up to the world, and you talk to the higher beings as well. If there's something you want to do, then you can say, hey, listen, you better, do something for me. But I was thinking, like, what if I wrote some and then put it through the AI and see how it fixes it? I mean, wouldn't that save so much time? I don't have to deal with like the spellings all off or something's wrong. I mean, it's still a little robotic-y, but you could like I could write my version and then see how it fixes it. I don't know. It's going to be interesting times. And the other realm is very excited about these changes. And I know the transgender community is going through so much, but I'm telling you, it's because we are going to move. It's pushing. It's like, listen, we're not going back. Trust me, if you don't know the alpha generation that's behind the Z generation, they're not dealing with it. They're not putting up with it. They're like, this is it. We are not dealing with these things. Like we want to move forward in the world, and we're moving forward. And because of that, people are afraid. They're terrified of something they don't understand, and they're terrified of the change. But the change is going to happen because all of these boxes we've had have been ridiculous. We don't need the boxes. And then the other side, what do you think? They're sitting there. So glad to see you talking about this. It's such an important topic. Thank you, Morning Coffee Crow. Well, it was Nikki that brought it up. I have talked about this, but I don't think I've directly said this. And I've even tried to talk about it on my TikTok, on my Instagram, where I've tried to tell people that that world has no, in that world, you don't have a body. So right now, anyone you know can be looking like anything they want. And what I see as people who are transgender, they are paving the way bravely enough to say, this is the future. Like labeling us in certain ways is going to start to be old world for sure. And this is what I mean by when people are like, when I tell people I don't remember names and I see your essence, that's how that world works. They see energy, they see the essence of each other. It's not important, just like your guides. People get so caught up, like, who's my guide? What do they look like? Blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares, like, because nobody really is any physical thing. They just go, here's my avatar. I look like an old wise man. If that's going to help you listen to me to guide you, then fine. This is the avatar I'm giving you. Does that make you feel better? I look like an old wise man. Okay, good. Now listen to what we have to say. That's how that world works. Did that explain it? Because all of these things are change, and the change is hard. Nobody likes it. People just want to know, this is when I get my coffee, and this is how the cup it comes in, and this is and the people are like, I don't understand. You notice that people who freak out are people because they just are like not used to this change. It's the same with sexism and racism has been okay for so long. Do they come to us in a form that's familiar to us? They can, yes, but they can also come into a form that you don't know and you would never know. Watch the movie What Dreams May Come. Watch that movie and see who his guides are, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So they can do both. They can switch. I get that. It's not entirely images or names, their energy and as a presence. You said that so perfectly. Yes. And that is where we're trying to transition to. We're trying to move into a more advanced way of being. So when I see people who are doing that, to me, it's just way more brutal because they have to change their physical body. And it's just more barbaric version here. But one day, I don't feel like that's going to even be a thing. I feel like the movie is what looks like on the other side of the veil, very vibrant. Yes, that is how it looks like. But also in the movie, he meets two people who are guiding him, who he thinks they knows who they look. They look a certain way, but he finds out that is not what they look like. That's not who they are. And they said to him, you wouldn't listen to us if we showed you who we really were. And we knew you respected these version people. So that's who we are looking like to you. What movie again? I'm sorry, I forgot. What Dreams May Come. It's with Robin Williams, ironically, because when you see the subject matter. So I was doing readings here today for $15 for intuitive, 24 medium. Wanted to let everyone know that I have 30% off of all my readings going on for a few days. And when I do lives, I may even throw in just a code for just for people who are on the live. Because I'm going to be doing lives on YouTube, lives on TikTok. I've been doing lives on TikTok. I'm probably going to go on TikTok tomorrow. I was going to go on today, but I'm feeling a little like, losing steam. So I like to read when my steam is up. Thank you. Oh, wow. Ironic. Yes. Interesting, right? I don't think there's any accidents. He left this beautiful, beautiful movie about the other side, and the subject matter is about how he died. It's unliving, about someone who unlived themselves. Which, by the way, if anyone ever, just to remind everyone that the number, I always keep this on hand for prevention for unliving. They changed it now, and I always have to look it up. It's 988. So just to remind everybody, and I always put that out there. Yeah, so all of these things, I know that it is extremely painful to watch what's going on in our world, but I have a different take. I always feel like, okay, we're moving to this new world, and people are angry and they don't like it, but we are moving. And to see people who are being able to express themselves, outerly, because we all want to express ourselves outerly. But I'm telling you, one day it won't be such a barbaric way we have to do it. I just kind of feel like we're going to approach the body very differently, but that's going to be a long time from now. But I don't feel like we're not going to be here in this place forever. There's a new, listen, let's put this way. Gen X is my generation. I'm not saying we don't have some dum-dums in our generation, But our generation raised the Gen Z, and we're raising the alphas along with the millennials, and the millennials are who they are. Gen X is going to be the old generation soon, the boomer generation. And I'm not saying all boomers, because there are really awesome boomers, but the ones that are making it difficult aren't going to be the older generation anymore. And this is what it looks like. This is it. So we are moving into a new world, whether people like it or not. And there's a lot of people who don't like it, but there are a lot of people who do. So, yes, think about it. Think about it, Nikki. You would be perfect. You would be perfect. Okay. They're going to think about it. So I feel like, just to end with my last note on this, is that what I love about reading today is that I can ask people, what pronoun can I call the person you date, or what pronoun do you like? Before, I had to always say 20. Think about when I started reading. Think about 20 years ago, going to someone. Which energy are they? Which energy do you date? Feminine or masculine? People are like, she's got two heads. What are you talking about? I used to talk about raising vibrations, and now it's on t-shirts, and people say good vibes, and your vibes are this. And I'm just like, wow, it's a weird thing to be doing something for a long time, and something that was so fringe, still is fringe, still underground, still hidden, and to see it change before your eyes, and you realize, oh, wow, this is interesting. So, anyway, you'll see the changes are going to keep going. We're moving forward, and they are helping 1,100%. Thank you, everyone, so much. Let's just see what song that realm would like. I'm going to
Connect with
ask for
you.
my
I found
peeps.
you.
Throw us a song to say to
Connect
say
with you. That is
to
iPad.
not to my iPad. Nobody wants to do my iPad. She calls me Etta. She doesn't know my name. Okay, here we go.
A long, long time ago,
American Pie.
I can
The
still
song is
remember
about
how that music used to
the
make
death
me
and birth
smile.
of something. Of really, he
And
wrote it
I
about
knew if
people
I
in the
had
music
my
business who
chance
died.
that I could make those
Kind of like an
people
end. I always
dance,
think it as
and
an end of
maybe
era and
they'd
a new
be
beginning
happy
of
for a
something.
while. But
Bye bye, Miss
February
American
made
Pie.
me shiver with every
Moving into a
paper
new
I
world.
deliver.
Interesting.
Bad news on
All
the
right.
doorstep.
All right. We can take
couldn't
it.
take one
Song
more
makes you
step.
smile. I go back to Periscope days. Remember
I
that?
can't remember.
I try to
if
forget.
I
I'm just
cried when
kidding.
I read about his widowed bride.
Yeah, that was a long time
Something
ago.
touched me deep inside the day.
No, there's some of them were good.
Music
I plan to book a reading in the near future. I lost my father on St. Patrick's Day. I don't have the funds right now, but you're my number one medium. What's a book? Okay, no problem. The longer, the 30% is going to be at least till next Tuesday. But I come on here and I go on TikTok. And also, if you join my Patreon for $5 a month, you get a 35% off of readings anytime you want. You can use that code anytime. So I have a bunch of things I try to help people with because I understand. And, you know, I put out specials all the time, but that's a pretty good way to get a percentage off. So I totally understand that. I get it. Trust me. I get it. The good old 70 songs. Okay, I'm looking at the time. I think like 2 minutes, and gotta cut it off because that's like YouTube gives me a hard time. Oh wow, that's awesome. The Patreon's such a good idea. I'm definitely looking into that. Yeah, if you join my Patreon, you get all the videos. I put out meditations for you. I do different meditations for different things, and also I have longer content that I was putting on here and putting on there about different things, different topics. And of course, I do little short videos for my Instagram and my TikTok. And also, I do speed readings for all my Patreons every month. I give you a little reading for the month. And you get 35% off of all my readings. You can use it anytime. But I also have a podcast called The House Medium. Ding! Has anybody been listening to my podcast, The House Medium? I just put out a new episode this week where people send in their paranormal experiences. I have you on my podcast and I tell you what I see it was about in real time. Isn't that cool? I love the fact, and I have a medium brew cafe, a virtual medium brew cafe in my podcast. So this is how manifesting works. You just start doing it in an energy virtual way, and then perhaps I will actually have this cafe in person. So I'm trying to put, oh, sorry. I just had like something, what that was. I try to put out so much stuff as much as I possibly can. I will listen to ACP. I need new stuff for work. I didn't realize you had in one. Yes, this one people are really loving. It's the House Medium. I had the Bigfoot Collectors Club on. If you're a fan of them, um the A Funny Feeling podcast, Marcy and Betsy on. I also had Beth. I just recently had another episode with an actor, but I tend to honestly, like to. Oh wait, oops. This is a little bit. See, it's a little bit of the House Medium. That's A Funny Feeling. That's their podcast. But I have different guests on all the time. But I'm having real people on, like meaning like people who just like you and me, not actors or anything. But I happen to have last episode was Beth Dover. You might have seen her in Orange is New Black, and she's been in Party Down and all kinds of things. But this is kind of like how it begins. It's the House Medium. If you can
I'm
hear
Adela, and this is the House Medium
This is
podcast.
it.
In this podcast, you are going to send me your emails.
Send me your
and
emails.
We're going to ask your questions,
Ask
whether
me
it's
your
paranormal or have to
and I'll
do
have you
with
on.
real estate, and you
And
want
have
me
a
to
lot
look
of
at
sound
the house that
effects,
you're looking
by
to
the
buy
way.
or rent. But not only are you going to send me your emails, but I'm going to have you on my podcast.
There
I'm
it
going to
is.
see and tell you what I see
This is
while I'm
weird.
seeing it.
Like, I feel very narcissistic
Responding
right
to your
now. I'm
email
on this
right to
talking to you,
and you are
listening to
going to tell
myself.
me
It's too
if
much.
this makes sense,
I
if
only
it
listen to my
resonates,
podcast to
so
make sure
all the
there's nothing
listeners
crappy,
can
nothing
hear
wrong.
and be a part
I hate
of
listening.
this experience.
Okay,
Now,
Della.
if you don't want to be on here, I understand. For those of you who don't,
Okay, so that's how it works. People send in you send in your experiences, right? And then what I do is I record my part, but then I record you and me, and I tell you what I see it was. So sometimes it's like people think, oh, I think it's a scary old guy that used to live here. No, it's just your grandpa trying to say hi. Or maybe it is a scary old guy. Sometimes it's aliens. We've had a lot of really good ones. And this week's episode was with somebody who her apartment was getting cold all the time, weird, creepy stuff. And I told her who I saw. And then another part of it was a guest who was teaching us about baking for my medium brew cafe. My medium brew cafe, you have to hear it. I have a lot of sound effects. So I think you'll enjoy it. If you hear okay,
I will still
so I'll show you
your email
real quick.
However,
This is
my experience. This is why I don't do percentage, not having to go into the cafe. Couple things that I wanted to go over.
Okay, so we did the medium brew cafe. Sorry, you'll have to listen to it. I was trying to be clever and play it, but it's not. Anyway, that's the podcast. Send me in your email to the housemedium@gmail. Listen to it. See if you want to come on. If you don't want to come on, I have the Reader's Room. I'm going to record a Reader's Room episode. The podcast is really great. I'm loving it. Thank you. I have one that happened to me at this Hotel de Coronado, but it's too long story. No, send it. It's not too long of a story. You should read some of the ones I read. Now, the only time I tell people it's long, if it's a long, windy road that I'm like, I don't know where this is going. I'm like, there's a lot of things happening, too many different things. But if it's a long story, we can work with it. Email me at thehousemedium@gmail. That would be a good one. I mean, do it. Do it. This is different. So the other podcasts they read like a paranormal something that happened, where you tell me your paranormal thing, and then I'm going to be able to see it. And that's what's fun about it. But like I wanted to like show them, Nikki. I wanted to show everybody my okay. So like here is my
take a peek around. Little trivia. There was
okay.
my
I wanted
first
you to hear my
progressing.
See, you hear the
past
noise? This is
time
my
AI, you ask? Because
look. I talked about
What is
AI on
better?
my last
What is-
podcast.
There's
My
nothing
last
better than
episode.
anticipation, right? I'm not going to sing the song, but she's a wonderful.
Okay.
But when my son.
All right, forget it. I can't forget the cafe. I feel stupid now. Cut. I can't find it. However, I did talk about AI last week's podcast. See, so I also have subjects if you want to send in any paranormal, what I call gossip. You're like, Adela, I heard about this weird thing happened. You can send that in. But if you don't want to be on, then I have the reader's room and I'll just read your email and I'll answer it. And you don't have to be on. Some people are really too shy to be on. That's understandable. So I have a solution for that. So see, I have all these things. I'm doing all these things for you, everybody. Here's my magic wand. All these things. I think you'll enjoy it. Thank you everyone for joining me. I feel like I'm always talking to the abyss, but do you see how we're doing this? Well, this is not too different how we connect with the other side. I'm connecting you through time and space, right? Same with that realm. Thank you all so much for hanging with me. For those of you into TikTok, I'm probably going to do a TikTok tomorrow and see how that goes. I'm just, trying things, doing the things I love, which is reaching out and connecting with you guys more intimately is more the way I like it. Like meaning like being able to speak to you in real time. That's what I love about the podcast. That's what I love about coming lives and everything like that. Thank you all so much. Remember, follow yourself, follow no one, listen to your inner voice. Let's do like one more. Come on, spirit world. Give me a good one to say goodbye to everyone. We need a good one. In your eyes.
This is for some good friends of mine that helped me put all this together.
I mean, I do love this song.
And this song is special to them, so we do it.
Say anything from the movie. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for being awesome. Thank you for being awesome, T. Thank you all so much. Thank you. You guys are great. Wow. In your eyes. I don't know. I'm like, next. Okay. This is really not the song. In Your Eyes is a good song. In Your Eyes is a good song. I'm gonna be nicer.
When you were here before.
Wow, these are like weird songs. Creep. What is this trying to say? All right. That was like a random vibe. I know. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go off of my workshop songs, like what I do in my classes. We'll start with this one, pause it. Okay, wait, ignore this song. I don't think it's it's not happening right now. It was interesting. Anyway, that's random. All right. Maybe I'm just supposed to say goodbye on my own. Hey, Million. Million? What is that your name? Oh yeah. Sorry. Thank you for the heart. I've known you since beginning of COVID and have loved you since. Can't wait to see all the more you do. Okay. What is happening? Oh no. Be quiet. Okay, I got to get this phone call. All right, bye everyone. I don't know. I think your eyes kind of fits. It's true. All right, bye everybody.